Today, we're about to go see a place that has not been talked much about at all. In fact, we're going to expose it to the world today, if you will. And it's a place that symbolizes what Africans did to prevent themselves from being taken away by other Africans to the coast, to be sold off to the Americas or anywhere else they were taken to. So we're looking at the resistance aspect of our three elements, which are slavery, resistance, and abolition. We did slavery yesterday. We're doing resistance today by going to show our guests where this place, this village was built up on the flat top, a mesa, where Africans can see 10, 20 miles away people that will be coming to invade them, looking for, to capture them as slaves. So, because that stuff has not been talked much about, we want the world to know that Africans had institutional resistance to the slave trade. And Old Yagala exemplifies that better than anything we know. So, world, get ready. We're about to show you some stuff you've never heard about. And you'll feel proud as Africans in the diaspora that our people did not just give themselves up freely, but we fought, we resisted, and we did what we can do in terms of preventing the slave trade from impacting our people.
Just like any other country, Sierra Leone has its roots, the name, the name. So we had Pedro da Sintra. He was a Portuguese explorer. He was using the Atlantic Ocean, and as a result of the shape of the city, where it looks like Lion Mountains, then he named the country Sierra Leone, which means Lion Mountain in Portuguese. Yeah, it's not that it is not that he founded Sierra Leone, because there were many people around. We had the Limbas, the Kurankos, we have the Mendes, we have the Timnis. There are many people around the city. But he saw the shape of a lion, and he called the country Sierra Leone, which means Lion Mountain in Portuguese. So that is how we got the name.
This is a source of water for our ancestors who were staying up the hill. And, well, women will prefer to be beaten than after they have taken the water up there and then you throw it away. They prefer being beaten because it's very strenuous to climb. We will see.
Yeah,
we
already see. So remember that women who always fetch water most of the time in African countries, I don't know why, but they feel the brunt of fetching water down here and taking it back up to the top. Yeah. And like he said, they would prefer to be beaten rather than come down here and fetch water. I said we'll climb about 7/8 of this mountain.
How tall is this mountain?
I don't know, we need to find out.
Yeah, we gotta find out.
And I'm exhausted. Boy, oh boy. But we're gonna make it up there. We have about 2 more minutes, maybe 5 minutes. And here we go. Let's go, bro.
Let's do it.
I just said, we go get your country. Most day.
Most day.
Most day.
Most day.
Man, we just walked 2 miles up a steep hill to a place called Old Yagala. We are on the second element of our historical study tour. At Old Yagala, we will display or exemplify resistance, because Africans trying to protect themselves from the transatlantic slave trade and slave invaders who are going to come to Yagala to get them will climb up this hill and protect themselves. They also built huts. Of course, we're on a mesa, that's granite, so you can't use sticks here, but they use rocks and mud to build huts where they lived at the times when they were protecting themselves. Now, with regard to the transatlantic slave trade, we know of Africans being put in chains and down in ships and taken across to the Americas. But what they don't talk enough about is that Africans resisted the slave trade. And they did so in an institutionally organized way. That is what we're coming to see up here, where the Limba people specifically would come up here where they could see 10, 20 miles around them, and they would see slave trade invaders coming to get them, and they would protect themselves. For those of us who just climb up here, you would know how difficult it is to be fighting uphill versus going downhill. So we want the world to know from this spot where I'm standing that we are proud of those Africans from Sierra Leone who resisted the slave trade in this manner. We don't get that much talked about, but it's about time we face this narrative. It is part of the process when we talk about confronting the legacy of the transatlantic slave trade, and it is by telling our stories. Like this story is unknown to the world, but not anymore after today, because we've conquered Old Yagala, and the world must know about it.
The beauty of what it is, people got to come back home. Like, you know, we've heard too many myths of what it means to not come back home. Come back. Come back.
Making this, an older lady. She was one of the first ones I saw coiling the basket, sewing the basket over there. And that's when I came and got Nakia. But there's some sisters, they look just alike. And I like it because it has indigo in it. That's what I wanted. Even though I think she brushed it, I just wanted symbolically. But for me, it's a banner, and I wanted a banner.
So he's saying that he's still happy that we're here, and the fact that we are coming to teach them sweetgrass baskets. Boy, when we showed them Nakia's basket over there, those ladies were like, huh? You know what I'm saying? They really appreciate it, and I showed them Nakia's earring. They don't make these. They only make this, basically. They've been making this for 200 years. These. So what they're trying to do now is they say, okay, Nakia are coming to show them some of these things that they haven't done, and they want to improve on how they make these baskets. So they truly appreciate this teaching of Gala culture in one of the origins of sweetgrass or shukubla. We call it shukubla here, but it's a sweetgrass basket. One of the women over there, she asked me, how can she get this type of grass? I said, we have to swim across the ocean. but you can also understand that it's the same thing, but in Sierra Leone, they have a different kind of grass. They use palm trees also. When our people were taken to their colonies in America, they had to make do with what they have. They didn't have the same palm trees, but they found the sweetgrass. Yes. Okay, this is palm, but it's all of it palm?
No, this is sweetgrass, this is palm.
What is the difference then between their baskets and yours in terms of the material?
The material, they have palm, they have a different kind of palm, but the grass looks the same.
Okay.
The grass feels the same.
It really does.
Yes.
So
I say it's only from God.
It's only from God.
Only from God.
Yes. So it's a sweetgrass basket. Those grasses the same? Yeah.
Wow.
But you see how important this is?
Yeah.
How Galas are coming here to teach Sierra Leoneans about Gala culture, Gala way of life. And also, I'm sure she's learning a thing or two. I saw her trying to teach this one, and the lady was just doing like she's been doing it forever. Can I learn too?